The Meghalaya Social Welfare Department is yet to receive an explanation from Continental Milkose India Limited over the alleged scam of the Meghalaya's ICDS allotted rice, which the Government of India allocates the state on the wheat-based nutrition program for children and pregnant women through the 5,896 Anganwadi centers across the state.
As of now, we have not received any report from the IO. We have written to the IO to give to us the detailed report, but we have not received anything. Furthermore, as stated by CM Sir himself, we have written to the concerned manufacturer also, who is involved in this, to give us detailed report. So only after that, I think we'll be able to know what actually transpired or what actually happened.
Reacting to the Meghalaya government's clarification on the food grain scam, social activist Angela Rangat said that the program should be decentralized as per the Supreme Court norms so that local entrepreneurs may be involved and benefit from the program. Rangat also said that the program has a budget of over 60 crores this year for the feeding component alone, and that half of the budget is going to the same company which has constantly been supplying bad quality food. On the other hand, she suggested that locally available food may be taken as an alternative for the feeding program.
That the Supreme Court actually says that you have to make all-out effort to decentralize the program because it works better, to try and work with women's groups, with SHGs, with local communities. So why are you favoring only Continental Milkose Limited is the question, when they are actually breaking the norms legally and also socially what has been stated by the court as something which should be carried out, which is that you give nutritious food, which is locally available, culturally specific. Continental Milkose is not doing that.
Officials from the Social Welfare Department spoke to the Northeast Today on Thursday, June 16, stating that self-help groups are also involved in the process and the burden is not on the approved manufacturer alone.
That like this one, fortified food is one. Another is also hot cooked meal. Hot cooked meal is also given. That is actually currently that is also given to the the children between 3 to 6 years. We give that hot cooked meal. They come to the Anganwadi center, and this is given through the self-help groups. So basically there are two players here. One is self-help groups. Another is the manufacturers who supply this this fortified food that we distribute to the Anganwadis.
The Government of India allocates rice under the wheat-based nutrition program to all states. So they allocated for our state as well, and from this allocated rice we allotted to the approved manufacturers for processing into ready-to-eat fortified food cereals. So what they do is these approved manufacturers lift this rice that is allocated to them and they take it to their factories for processing. Then once it is processed, these suppliers supply it to all our project offices in the different blocks. Then from the blocks, it is transported by the self-help groups to all our Anganwadi centers across the state.
However, reiterating on the bad quality of food supplied by Continental Milkose India Limited, Angela Rangat said that the quality of the products have been compromised since a decade ago, where the same manufacturer was approved by the then government for supply of fortified food.
This government has always tried to brush off any issues as being legacy issues or issues of a previous government, but here they are trying to defend a company which in the past 10 years had also been highlighted as being a company that was running our ICDS program to the ground. The same company 10 years ago, we had randomly picked up samples from across the state, and it was researched by the National Institute of Nutrition, Hyderabad. And they found that none of what they were delivering was actually meeting the standards. I will show you. It is shocking. In terms of even vitamin A was not even detectable from that sample from Meghalaya. The calorie value was 29% below what should be there in that package. Similarly, proteins.
The Social Welfare Department, on the other hand, said that after the new guidelines issued by the Supreme Court, such issues don't exist at the moment. Furthermore, the components of the fortified food is determined by the Supreme Court and quarterly tests are being conducted randomly on the fortified food products.
So initially they used to supply something without any proper nutrition and all that. Then once the Supreme Court and everyone has come up, they have put a lot of guidelines. Now every samples have to be sent whether this whether these materials what they have been supplied under SMP are falling under that nutritional standard. So we are getting all the data. It's a rigor. There is no question about it.
There's a norm that much kilocalories, that much protein. There's a Government of India norm for all the different categories. So we send it for lab testing to ensure that these norms are conformed to. Once the foodstuff has gone to the centers, into the Anganwadi centers, we randomly pick up samples from the Anganwadi centers. It can be from any center. We just go pick up the samples and we send it for testing to the Food and Nutrition Board in Kolkata, which is under the Ministry of Women and Child. See, as per the NFSA Act 2013, the nutritional norms is kilocalorie, protein. But the micronutrient fortification is also done.
Rangat also said that as per orders, Continental Milkose may not be the sole manufacturer for the department to deliver the program.
Continental Milkose Limited does not have to be the manufacturer, the sole manufacturer that the government works with. In fact, the Chief Minister very proudly was reading out the notification from the Ministry of Women and Child Development saying that it is advisable that government should get nutritious food prepared and manufactured by competent groups and entities, irrespective of whether these are SHGs, women's groups, etc.
The department concerned said that tenders were being called and has to be given to any competent entities, whether manufacturers or self-help groups, and this have been approved accordingly.
See, basically when they say there is a Supreme Court order that we have to give a fine mix blended fortified food items which is age appropriate to children, so that it is meant specifically for the children and it's not consumed by maybe the mother, the father, the older siblings. Because the nutrition is meant only for these children. So we have to give them a age appropriate micronutrient fortified food item. There's a Supreme Court order on that. And that's why we called for the tender, wherein as per Supreme Court order, again an order from Ministry of Women and Child, that we have to give it to competent entities, irrespective of whether they're self-help groups or Mahila Mandals or manufacturers. Yes, we have other manufacturers as well, but he's been with us for over 20 years.
Principal Secretary Sampath Kumar also said that the state government is ensuring that the nutrients reach the pregnant women and children quarterly to the Anganwadis without fail, and the company has been supplying the food products regularly.
We are the only state now, currently, 2 days in a week, we are calling the pregnant women to the Anganwadi center. There we are giving cooked food, hot cooked food. We are actually making what they're supposed to eat at home. We are making it at Anganwadi center, and then that's also a kind of a meeting of all the pregnant women. At that point of time, we also are giving the kind of that the important trainings that are required for a pregnant woman, what they should do, how actually they should take care of. In our state, if you look at our diet is a very, very especially if our diet pattern is a very only rice and some potato. We don't have much nutrition, especially micronutrients are completely missing in our diet. So they have to be supplemented. That's why supplementary nutrition program is very important for both children and mothers.
Meanwhile, the Northeast today made multiple attempts to reach Meghalaya's Minister of Social Welfare, Kurman Shala, but he was unavailable both over the phone and in his office to comment on the matter. This is Farhan Rani for the Northeast today.